I just watched the Samsung Unpacked and I'm so surprised by what they announced there because we're looking at the new Fold, Flip, Watch, the new UI and even some Galaxy Buds. So let's dig into it. So I'm gonna do a short review of everything what you missed so you don't have to watch this 2-hour conference if you don't want to. So when it comes to the details, the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it's a new phone which is actually 6.5-inch display. When you open it, it's 8-inch. So I think that's pretty decent. So I can see that they went with the kind of sizes when it's closed 8.9 millimeters and open obviously 42 millimeters, 4.2 millimeters. So that's pretty decent. I can see that the weight of this device is 215 grams. That's like very, very impressive. But obviously, they're looking to be the slimmest, lightest fold ever when it comes to Samsung, obviously. So I think it's very nice. They're going definitely good direction and it looks pretty awesome. When it comes to the spec, cool things are happening here because when it comes to the camera, they introduced the ultra-wide 200 megapixel camera with the 2x optical quality zoom. And I think this is very, very decent, you know, especially that, you know, previously we saw a pretty good spec already on kind of Samsung Galaxy, but not as great. And when it comes to the CPU, GPU and NPU, which is responsible for the AI, I'm going to talk about it in a second because obviously we see some pretty cool kind of spec here. And from what I saw, they've introduced the Snapdragon 8 Elite to this, which makes it 38% faster on the CPU, 41% on the NPU and 26% on the GPU. That's pretty impressive. When it comes to the battery, so I was actually negatively surprised about the battery. So obviously they're talking about the 24 hours video kind of watch time, at least up to 24 hours. But the challenge is 4,400 milliampere hours for an 8-inch device. Yeah, I'm not that convinced, but at the same time, I get it. It's very hard to squeeze it in a device which is just 4.2 like size, and it's very, very thin. So I get it. It's probably harder to achieve that, but I do hope that in the future they will try to actually put something bigger there. So coming back, I can see that, you know, they also introduced the next-gen Galaxy AI on the large screen, so you can easily, with just one touch, see kind of remove the objects, people from the photos, and you have immediately the before and after results. So that's pretty cool. With the generative results, you can actually see how it's actually disappearing. Yeah, that is the decent stuff. So I very much like it. I think it looks ultra sleek and ultra light. So obviously, I see that they went with the 4 colors, and I think the black one, the jet black, will be only available on the Samsung website. So yeah, it is pretty decent. When it comes to the screen, I see that they went with the aluminum with Corning Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 on the cover, which I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, more about the specs. It still has IP48, and when it comes to the memory storage, I can see that it will come with 3 different versions. So it's 256 gig, 512 and 1 terabyte. And I can see that the 1 terabyte will also have more RAM because it will boost it from 12 gig to the 16 gig. And display has 120 Hz. So that's definitely cool design and a cool spec. I think that's something which, you know, Samsung did pretty decent this year, and I was very looking forward for it. Maybe at some point I can grab a hold of it to actually review it on this channel and show you that a bit more. Another thing is obviously the Z Flip. So with the Z Flip, they introduced a phone which is, you know, pretty great. I can see that the weight is just 188 grams. The size of it is actually 6.9D open and 4.1 closed. So that's a decent thing. And when you actually open it, 6.5 millimeters, and when you close it, 13.7. So I think that's pretty cool. The cameras are okay here because it has a 15 megapixel selfie camera, and that's also the wide camera, obviously, because it flips, so it's kind of both, right? I hope it makes sense. And the peak brightness of the screen is also 2600 nits with that 120 Hertz. It also supports that AI, Galaxy AI, which is definitely something which, you know, it's making a huge thing for those Galaxies. And it will come with the UI 8, which is, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I wonder how it will look like. And when it comes to the storages, we have two versions. There's 256 and 512. So I can see that when they actually released it, the 512 was for a price of 256. That's decent. Yeah, that's something which is very interesting. Another thing which I saw, they also introduced the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE. So yeah, that's like a cheaper version of it, and it comes only in the black and white, and it has a 128 and 256 gig storage. It has a slightly kind of lower spec, but like there's not much of a difference there. So another thing which they introduced also on the actual Galaxy Unpacked, it's Galaxy Watch 8. So we can see that this is something which they brought, and I think this is pretty cool because with the Galaxy Watch 8 they introduced a lot of functions for like BioActive sensor. Obviously one UI 8 watch will arrive to this, and it will also introduce the Google Gemini. So that will be very interesting to test it out. And when it comes to the kind of things, I see that they focused from like a lot about sleep, workout and running. So this will have like a really advanced sleep tracker, which will also be able to track your kind of like antioxidant level. So there's actually a lot of cool things happening on that Watch 8. It's definitely worth looking into. And when it comes to the running, I can see that they will introduce this personal coach, which will kind of check what level of running are you, like what are you actually running at, and then it'll create like a plan and work with you to achieve better results. Pretty cool. I think, you know, this is something which I very much like with that Galaxy Watch 8, because obviously it's kind of probably connecting the AI to it as well. So yeah, making the better sleep, and they're focusing on the sleep, running and some activities. So that's definitely you know, worth looking into. And I can see that it will come in two colors, silver and graphite, and there will be three versions of that watch. So there will be a normal version, classic, and an ultra. So this is the Galaxy Watch 8, the kind of a normal version. This will be the Watch 8 Classic, which is more like a classic look of the watch. And there will be, which is for 449 pounds, and then the Ultra, which is for 599. So that's pretty decent. This is just a short overview from the Galaxy Unpacked. I think that's very cool. Maybe at some point I can actually jump in and be on that event and show you a little bit more about it and hands-on with everything what's happening. But you know, you don't have to watch the full conference now. You can just check out this. What do you think about it? Do you think it's cool? Do you think that, you know, it is actually like something that it is life-changing, tech-changing for this year? I think it's nice, but let me know what you think. And remember, if you like these videos, just like and follow for more hacks and reviews like this. Take care!